All right, here we go with another episode of the Med Spa Marketing Secrets. So we have a secret, in this case, of how we use our landing pages to create FOMO. That's right, FOMO is a fear of missing out for you who don't understand that term. And the patients get FOMO when they see these landing pages and convert like crazy. So stay tuned to this episode. It is going to give you some really cool insights about low-cost conversions in Coolsculpting, landing pages and thank you pages. These are things you don't want to miss if you're running these types of ads. They could, in fact, triple or quadruple up your profit if you get these right, because we're coming in at under $50 for Coolsculpting leads. Whew. Go think that and then do it. So this is an interesting meeting. We're going to be talking about a quick overview of one of our clients that we're working with. It's Coolsculpting, and we have a lot of questions on Coolsculpting. There's a lot of med spas in the market that have Coolsculpting, a lot of non-med spas that now have Coolsculpting, and this is another case where we have another type of practitioner. This is actually a chiropractic and physical therapy shop running Coolsculpting, and we're running a specific strategy here where this is really a way that we found worked very well, because they have an existing client base that they're marketing to. So they have an existing client base, they have an ads base that we're running after, we're running pay-per-click ads, and we're doing a bunch of sort of traditional marketing, but this one really did well. So Micah, talk to me a little bit about what's going on here. And this is something that we kind of came up with over time of trying to configure what would make the most sense to get people to take action.
Sure. So what we did is we're constantly running A/B testing on landing pages, messaging, all of that for, especially with Coolsculpting because it's so competitive. We took a different approach in terms of offering these, quote unquote, deeply discounted packages for Coolsculpting, and we found that they're actually performing really well. This particular page got over 16% conversion rate for claims just on a very limited Google ad spend budget. So it's been performing really well. We're testing new thank you pages to go along with it, just to see if we can further drive those conversions. So
Erica, what did you think about this? Now, you've been working with this particular client with their paid ads, right? And it seems like they're doing okay with this, even though they're not really even in the same framework as most spas.
I mean, I like it. It's converting.
And you're seeing the numbers on this, right? You're seeing the cost per lead in this, and it seems like the category is pretty good.
It's excellent. So
when you see a cost per lead, what's the typical cost per lead that you're seeing, and why do you think these guys are doing better? I mean, if we weren't talking about the geo, I mean, the geo area is obviously it's in another metro, major NFL city, but still we see variations in major metropolitan cities where it's much higher. I'm just thinking, what do you think is the reason why these guys have done so well, why their numbers are doing well in this particular category?
I have to honestly look at it closer, because I literally just went over from Frank now that he's not working with us anymore.
Okay. So I guess I was trying to understand that, this one seems to maybe this landing page has got better impacts, than most have got on it.
And I can run you some numbers, Matt. I pulled several different accounts from different geographics just to get an idea for accounts that are using this concept. It's the FOMO, fear of missing out concept landing page. So for this particular account, their cost per conversion is coming in around $197, and that was for the month of January. Similar landing page for another client out of Atlanta, their cost per conversion is coming in at $141. So it also helps when you have a more effective landing page to get that cost per conversion down.
Yeah, and for sure, I mean, it's got the sliders. I think that's also helpful. I've noticed that the sliders seem to have an impact on people because they seem to stick on it. They go, "Oh, what is this? What is this?" Then they're kind of
Right.
fooling around here, and then they come down. They're like, "Okay, like what was this thing about?" Oh, I should just click to claim it, right? So what's happening also behind this? So they get to the thank you page. Now we're giving them some options. So this is so you can see that now it's thank you for claiming the offer. Now you can click the call, you can click the text, or you could schedule an appointment.
Oh, the
So it's sort
text
of
is
like
great.
right, and we're actually thinking about even highlighting this button in yellow because we know that people will go right towards the thing that attracts their eye, and we know the click to text. We know that's the biggest thing right now because no one has time. They don't want to make a phone call. They don't want to take one extra step in their life. So, it's always going to be an easier way for us to think like, okay, let's get this right to the click the text, and then boom, it opens the messenger and you go. So fascinating how we're kind of like squeezing as much as we can get out of each individual lead. And I think the conversions on this, the FOMO page is getting good cutover. Like they're getting at least, from a lead perspective, isn't it a pretty high amount that people are actually, because obviously there's a lead cost, that then there's a sit cost, right? So I think we're doing well on the conversions of after this as well.
Yeah, this particular landing page has been outperforming previous versions. So again, we're always testing them, trying to see what performs better. So this so far has been our winner for the past month or two.
Now
How's
here's
that
one.
one doing, Michael? Like, I don't like the look of that one as well as the other one.
Same concept. It's just a percentage versus $1 off. This particular page is Radiance. Their conversion rate for that landing page is slightly less. It's at a 10.6%.
That's still pretty good.
But it's also a really low offer. Just to give you a concept, this particular campaign had a limited ad budget. And so it wasn't quite enough to run on Google. So we are running this campaign on Facebook. And just on a $2,000 ad spend, they got 65 leads for the month of January. And the cost per conversion is coming in at about $29.
That's good. That's to be expected.
Yeah, and it's interesting when you do run, I mean, look, we've all got different ad strategies, but I always think when you run these low-end offers like 500, 750, 250, boy, you have a lot of room when they come in to play, okay, come in today and we'll give you an extra $200 off or whatever. You make up a number, right? So you can convert, post-convert after, because obviously all conversions don't lead to sits, but in our case where we're looking at this, with 750 off, and then people are like, oh, I better get the $500 off, and that you've a good, doubling that you could potentially put in. So maybe there's an opportunity to get people through and come back with a sit strategy, which is okay. Hey, you claim the $500 off, we'll double it if you come in today. Right.
And that's also where that thank you page with the 3 options comes into play. Depending on your preferred response medium, you could then incentivize each of those.
Yeah, so higher level would be option 1, click to call, get an additional 10%, send us a text, get an additional 25%, schedule below, and we'll double your.
Yep. Save us the work.
Yeah, there's a lot of variance when you get at the bottom. Now, I think the question is also going to become, at some point, it's also dependent on the sales staff, right? If they're able to close and get people through. A lot of people are coming in for their first time. They don't know the difference. They don't know that other people are offering, 25% off, 15% off. But the question is off of what, right? And I think that's where maybe the money version does get people interested because they're seeing $500, right?
Right. And that's also where you do the percentage offer, is that you can say, sessions starting at, $6.99. Yeah, so then they have a price point that they know what they're walking into. So the other thing too is the difference between this landing page, which is running on a Facebook platform, and then the other landing page, which is running on Google. And they do get the quantity of leads from Facebook, but again, they're higher up in that funnel. I call them curiosity clicks, and I tell them that they're going to have to work twice as hard to close those leads. So it's just something to be aware of up front with med spas when choosing, depending on budget and platform to advertise on.
You know what's interesting about this, which I really am surprised? Coolsculpting has got one little teeny logo up here. It's like these guys are still sort of at the brand stage. It's almost they're pushing the brand more than anything else. I don't see, obviously we know Coolsculpting is Coolsculpting, but I'm just curious how everybody tries to push the brand of Coolsculpting when these guys are really just pushing an offer. Simple. To me, it's like, I think people kind of get it at some point, and people put so much effort in trying to prove that Coolsculpting is the thing when people already know it's the thing. We get some of these landing pages which are so over the top, and people get it. You don't need to explain what freezing fat is and all this. They've probably seen it a million times. And at the end of the day, sometimes it's like you're so complicating the thing that people they're trying to now read and watch and stuff. Get them in the funnel and talk to them, right? So simple. So it's interesting to see the differences between landing pages and what converts. And we don't know. Every time we A/B test something, we learn something.
Yep, constantly changing, optimizing.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thank you for this conversation.
Yeah.